There seems to be a lot of consternation right now about the coming winter in Europe and what it will hold for people living in European countries, where the leadership has insisted on taking this hardline sanction approach with Russia, and as a result, they've been sanctioned back by Russia, and Russia controls a lot of what Europe needs right now, especially regarding fuel and heat. What would go into heating people's homes and heating people's businesses and that sort of thing. And there's all kinds of talk. There's all kinds of hubbub about this right now. This is not an issue that I'm, intimately familiar with myself. So I hope that the audience will extend me some latitude in this respect. But it does seem curious to me that the leadership of European countries and of much of the West, although I guess Europe is more vulnerable to this right now. North America, it's not like North American countries are not also vulnerable. It just doesn't seem to be as much of a doesn't seem to be creating as much consternation. There's worry about other things. There's worry about the supply chain. There's worry about inflation, and there's all kinds of things. There's worry about the recession continuing, but it seems like Europe is really the sights of much of what's going on. More so, that there's a vulnerability there. So the question then becomes, why are Western leaders, why does the Western neocon, neo-lib controlling intelligentsia, I don't think we should call them intelligentsia. I don't think they're that intelligent, but they think they are. But why are they continuing down this highly imprudent course of action, just to try to stick it to Russia, and just go full throttle with this Russia-Ukraine op? This support of the Ukraine proxy state, this proxy war, which is highly, highly imprudent and doesn't seem to be taking us in the right direction, economically and otherwise. So why do they keep doing it? Why are they insisting on staying the course when this will create all kinds of problems, especially as we get into the winter months? Well, I'm just going to formulate an idea here. And again, everything I say, it should be kept in mind that I am not saying that the controllers, whatever we want to call them, the powers that shouldn't be, etc., whatever clever term you can come up with for them. I'm wondering if it could be that they want the economy to crash, because then they'll have an excuse to institute the so-called Great Reset, right? They want to create this crisis so that they can put into place what they want to, this plan that they have, this evil, diabolical plan to create neo-feudalism, essentially, again, to deindustrialize much of the West and put it firmly under the dominion of the controllers. If this is their plan, then it seems that they, again, the control, they don't, these people who think that they believe that they somehow have this right to rule over the rest of us for whatever reason, because of their bloodlines or whatever justification they come up with. It seems to me that if this happens, and if, now King Charles III of England, who was one of the big Great Reset people, along with the WEF creeps and all of the notorious murderous oligarchs. It just seems to me that you're going to create a highly combustible situation. And if they think that's something that they can control, if they think that they can just create economic chaos and devastation, people having to choose between eating and heating their homes, which is I'm not saying these things to try to be alarmist. This is what I've, the kind of things we've been hearing, the kind of scenarios we've been hearing about what might happen in this winter. If they've steered us into this this crisis, and they're also doing things like trying to forbid or greatly reduce the production of beef, in most notoriously in the Netherlands right now, in the farmers' revolt that's going on there. People. There are a lot of people who are stupid who won't make the connection, but on the other hand, if you really are creating this situation in which there is this kind of economic devastation, then you're not going to put yourself in a situation where you can position yourself as the savior, because people will see that you're claiming to be our savior. You're the one who got us into this mess. It was your highly imprudent policies that landed us where we're at right now. So again, like I said, I think in the prior video that I recorded here, I sometimes the best way to approach these things is with an open question. I know people think they know stuff. There's so many of you out there who just say, "Yep, here's what they're going to do. Here's the plan. Here's what." Let's just be a little bit more humble. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. We don't fully know what's going on. Now, part of me thinks, yeah, this is their plan. This is their nefarious plan. But I also think to myself, if that's their plan, it's a crappy plan, because they're, as I said a minute ago, they're going to make themselves not look very savior-like. What I'm saying is they've been exposed already. So, it's not like, Senator / Emperor Palpatine and how cunning he was. I'm sure everybody will know just what I'm referring to here. but if you don't, just if you don't know, just Google Palpatine. But he was able to conceal himself and seem like the good guy, even while he was the one who was creating all of the chaos, out of which he would eventually seize control and become the ruling tyrant. But he cloaked himself, before he showed his true self. At the end of the prequels, when we see him in the form that he took, that he really was all along. But before that, he was just this nice guy. He was just this even-tempered, calm, well-meaning person who nobody really suspected of anything. And that's not the case with these people. All right? I mean, that's not the case with the controllers. That's not the case with the Bidens and Trudeaus and Macrons and the rest of them, the politicians and the oligarchs who rule over them. They haven't concealed anything. They haven't appeared to be the good guys who are trying to, they're obviously the ones who are pushing all of this. So that's why, who are pushing all of these destructive policies right now. So that's why I really question this whole, they're just so cunning and they're just, 5 steps ahead of all of us and they know what we're going to do at all times. And, well, I mean, if this is their plan, I don't think it's going to work. I'll just predict that right now. And this isn't me being stupidly optimistic. It's just like, I don't see it happening. If I'm going to try to think of something to compare it to, a good metaphor besides one from Star Wars. Like if you're hanging out with somebody and they push you into a big hole, into a big ditch, and then they say, oh, you know what? You're in the ditch now. You're going to have to. I don't know how you got there, but you'll have to do what I say. We'll have to put a bunch of things into. We'll have to put a bunch of policies into place to get you out of that ditch. That you would say to him, "What are you talking about? I'm not listening to you. You pushed me into this ditch. Why should I trust you now?" Not a great comparison, but similar. I think it fits the bill anyway, and what I'm attempting to communicate here. What do you think? Let me know below. Thanks for watching, as always.